Hey, this is Dave from Unipro, and this is episode number 3 in the Millionaire From Scratch series, where we're going through the process of building a $1 million per year business from absolutely nothing. We're building it from scratch. And in this episode, I'm going to be taking you through the best marketing strategy to launch a new business or a new product. This is really important. We need to test out your new business idea or your new product idea to make sure that it really has what it takes to become a $1 million business or a $1 million product. And the best way to do that, to test out an idea, is to make money right now. That's right. We're going to be making sales before you actually even launch your business. We're going to be making sales right now to prove that this is a $1 million business. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video. Let's dive in. So quick recap, in episode number 1 of the Millionaire From Scratch series, we defined what your dream business is. What is it that you're aiming for? And in episode number 2, we figured out what type of business will do that. We called it your sweet spot. And I landed on 3 potential sweet spots. So the first one was how to be FIRE, how to be financially independent and retire early. Second one was how to lose weight from a Christian perspective. And then the third was how to get more engagement on social media. And maybe you're in the same position as me. You have a couple of business ideas and you're trying to figure out, well, which one is the winner here? What's the best idea? Which one's actually going to be successful? Because the last thing you want to do is to start building this business when you're not sure that it's actually going to be a winner. You don't want to go and buy a domain and build a website and get business cards and start creating a sales funnel and all that work if you don't know that the business that you're creating is actually going to win, is going to earn that $1 million per year. Now, a lot of business experts will tell you to go and build an MVP. And MVP stands for a minimal viable product. So they'll go and tell you, well, build a little version of what it is that you're going to sell, then try and sell that little version. And if that works, then go and sell the big version, make the real product. And the problem with that is building an MVP still takes a ton of work. Building an MVP still takes a ton of time. We don't have time for that.
And the time keeps ticking.
We need to make money right now. And I'm going to admit, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I fell into this trap of building an MVP, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. You don't want to do that. We want to skip that step. We want to speed things up. And that's what the marketing strategy that I'm about to show you is all about. It's going to speed up sales, so you don't need to waste any time. But I'm going to give you a warning. The marketing strategy that I'm about to show you, it's a lot of work. It takes effort. And a lot of entrepreneurs are going to see this and they're going to say, I don't have time for that, or I'm not going to do that. And that's why many entrepreneurs aren't earning $1 million per year. But if you follow these steps, you're going to know, is this business that you're pursuing, is it a winner? Is it actually going to become your dream business? So let's dive into the marketing strategy. The first step is to pick one of your business ideas, one of these sweet spot business ideas that we decided on in episode number 2. And I'll put a link to that video in the description in case you haven't done that step yet, is to take one of those. You want to decide which of those business ideas you're going to test. Now, like I just shared with you, I ended up with 3 of these sweet spot business ideas, and I was really excited about the weight loss for Christians, weight loss from a Christian perspective. And here's where I'm embarrassed to say this, but I fell into that trap of starting to build the business before I'd even proven that it was a winner. I'm going to show you this. No one's ever seen this before, but I'm going to show you. You can see here, I'm over in Canva, and I started doing a ton of work. I started building a workbook. I started building out all these slides, had this business idea. It was called The Promised Way. I got a logo designed. I bought a URL. I did all these things and it started to look good. I'll show you an example here. Started building out these slides with these lessons and just really had an idea of what this product might look like. Was really excited about it. But then I got about 20 or 30 hours into all this building and I hadn't made $1. I hadn't proved that anyone was going to pay for this. And it was actually quite demotivating. I was being a fake entrepreneur. A fake entrepreneur does all this work, all this busy work, feels like they're doing stuff, but they're not making sales. They're not actually building a business. And that's exactly where I landed. And I'll admit, it was a little frustrating. And so I put this aside and said, I'm not going to focus on the Christian weight loss. I'm going to test out the sweet spot business idea of how to get engagement on social media. It's something I feel really confident in. I'd be really excited to build a new business around that topic. So you want to make sure that you have your sweet spot business idea chosen. Don't fall into that trap of building out the business yet. We need to validate it. We need to test it. We need to make some money first. That's step number 1. So let's dive into the marketing strategy. How does this actually work? Well, we need to begin by testing out demand, seeing if there is actually demand for the problem that you're solving, So in this case, I'm solving for the problem, how to get more engagement on social media. I need to make sure that people actually want that. How are you going to test out your business idea? Here's the goal that I like to set. I like to set a goal of finding at least 50 people who say they want help with that problem. They want help solving that problem. Now, how are you going to get 50 people who say they want help with the problem? You can do this in any way you like. I'm starting from scratch, no email list, no Facebook group, no YouTube channel for this, no nothing. And so I need to generate 50 yeses from people who say, yeah, I'd like to get help getting more engagement on social media. How can you do this? If you have an email list, use it. If you have a Facebook group, use it. Ask your friends, ask your family, talk to former coworkers, use your network. I'll show you how I did this. So I'm going to go over to this post. So I went over into my personal Facebook account and I made this post. I said, if Lucy and I demonstrate how we tripled our Facebook engagement in 60 days without ads or groups, who would like to see? So what am I doing here? I'm testing out demand. Now the result in this case, you can see I got 589 comments on this post. There was a fair bit of demand. Got much more than 50 people who said, yes, I would be interested in this. This is really important. At this point, I'm not talking about money. I never suggested this was a product. I never said it was a service. I don't even know where this is going. All I said was, do you want help solving this problem? Are you interested in the how-to, the thing that I'm pursuing for my business? And you can do the exact same thing. And again, post this anywhere you need to, talk to anyone you need to, but get 50 yeses. Most entrepreneurs won't do this work. They'll just assume that people are interested, and then they're going to get building a business that there isn't actually demand for. Do the work, get 50 yeses, you know there's demand. And once you do that, once you know that there's some demand to solve that problem, now it's time to start generating some buzz. And I'll show you how I did this in just a second. I want to use this analogy. Think about if you've ever been into a Costco before and you're walking through the aisles, what do you see? Well, you often will see people standing at a little booth and they're giving away delicious little samples of food that's available in the store. Why are they doing that? They're giving out free samples because they want you to eat that sample and say, wow, this was so delicious. I want more. I'm going to go and purchase that product. They're creating buzz for the product. And that's our goal right now is we know that there's some demand, but now we want to generate buzz to get people interested to take that next step and actually make a purchase. Well, how can you do this? Simply need to do what those products in Costco are doing. You need to give people a taste. What could this look like? You could get onto a call with people and deliver them some value. You could record a video and give it to those people who said, yes, I'm interested in having this problem solved. You could run a webinar. You could host an event inside of a Facebook group. You could give away a little sample of a product. Maybe you have a digital product. You could create a little version of it and give that away. The goal here is to give people a little bit of a taste of what it might look like when their problem is removed, when you solve their problem. So let me show you what we did with this. I'm going to go over to this post right here. So after we realized that there was some demand, we got at least 50 people saying, yeah, I'd be interested in getting that problem solved. Then what Lucy and I decided to do is to do a Facebook Live video. And again, we don't have any audience at this point, and so we're just doing this on our personal Facebook page, on my personal profile. And what this allows us to do is to deliver some value, to give people a little bit of a taste, to get people excited, to generate some buzz. This is how we like to do it. Again, you can do this in any way. You just need to give some value and to show people what it might look like when you remove their problem, when you solve their problem. And here's the neat little bonus is when you do this, when you prove that there's some demand, you get at least 50 people interested, and then you start creating buzz. These people who already said they're interested, they've already bought in. They're going to check this out. They're going to test it out. They're going to watch. When they see that you're adding value, guess what they're going to do? They're going to tell their friends. They're going to tell their network. They're going to draw more attention over here so that the buzz continues to build and build. And now the final step, after you've tested out the demand, you've created this buzz, you've generated some buzz. Now the next step is to sell, is to actually get these people to pay. And the way that you do this could be different depending on however you're generating buzz. So as an example, say you're getting on calls with people, now you can tell them about an opportunity to work with you further. Again, going back to those testers in Costco, they give you a taste and then they tell you where you can buy the full product. Same idea here. Maybe you're doing a webinar. On the webinar, you can give people an opportunity to buy something more from you. Now, you don't need to have your product or service all figured out. At this point, when Lucy and I were doing this Facebook Live, we didn't know where our business was going. We were just testing it to see these people who said, I have this problem, I want it solved, there is demand. We wanted to see, are those people willing to actually pay when we generate some buzz around this idea? And I'll show you how we did it. So on this video, on this Facebook Live, people who attended, we gave them a little taste, we got them excited, we sent them over to this page here. And you can see it says increase engagement by 300%, the never before seen strategy that increases your Facebook engagement instantly and for free. And this was a seminar. So we did a Facebook Live giving away some ideas, giving some value, giving a little taste like those people in Costco. And then we said, hey, if you want more, come join us in this seminar because we're going to be going a lot deeper. We've got a lot of value for you. Let me just go through what we offered here on this sales page. This seminar is for business owners whose ideal customers and clients are on Facebook, works for any niche. When? It's happening on November 9th. Where we're gonna do this via a private Zoom session inside a pop-up Facebook group. What? It's 2 hours of hands-on training. That's gonna set your business up with 300% more engagement. So a big promise here. And then why? We're doing this because traditional marketing isn't working anymore, isn't getting people engagement. So here's what we offered to those people who said, yeah, I'm interested in getting the problem solved, and they were part of generating this buzz. We said, okay, prove that you're interested, invest in yourself. We're testing out to see if they were serious. In this step, this is very important. You don't need to get people to pay thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars. I want to show you, we sold this seminar for just $47. Our whole purpose here was to see how serious people were about getting this problem solved of getting engagement on social media. And what happened, I'll show you the result here. I'm gonna go over to our Stripe account, and you can see here it is. So this is the $47 registration for the seminar. And you can see that we got 65 purchases. And so this is pretty exciting because this shows not only is there demand, not only can we create buzz, but we can actually get people to pay to have this problem solved. And that turned into $2,773 of revenue. And Lucy and I didn't have a business, we didn't have a product, we didn't have a service, we just had an idea. And that's exactly what you can do too, is validate your idea by getting people to pay. Pretty cool, right? Now the next challenge is to figure out exactly what we're gonna deliver to these people who paid us money. Show you how we did that, how we over-delivered before we even had a business, before we had a product or service, and how we earned $33,962 in the process. I'm gonna show you all of this in episode number 4 of Millionaire From Scratch, which is coming out soon. What I need you to do right now is 2 things. Number 1, if this video was exciting, if this was helpful, if this gave you some ideas, just give this video a like. Number 2 is, if you have any comments or questions about this strategy, anything that I showed here, leave those below, because I get it. Like I said, this is work. This isn't easy. And there's a reason why many entrepreneurs or wantrepreneurs don't build successful businesses, because they're not willing to put in the work. And so if you have any questions about how you can do this, leave those below. I'm happy to help out. And I'm really excited to see you in episode number 4, where I show you how we over-delivered on our promise. And again, how we made over $33,000 in the process. So that's coming. But right now, like this video and let me know what questions you have about implementing this for your business. And I can't wait to see you in the next episode.